are at Vina Robles, you're one of the only female winemakers in town?
Yeah, there's a handful of us.
Okay, how many?
There's probably around 10
Do you
female
guys play
winemakers.
cards every night?
We do some events, women of the wine making world.
Gotcha. Really? What was the last one you did?
They did an event in town in Paso where you just came and people could come and meet the female winemakers.
Gotcha.
And talk with them, yeah. It's a very physical job, especially in the beginning. So you really have to prove yourself. My parents are in education, but my grandfather was in farming, so gotcha. I think that's where I get the strong will from.
What is with the power of 4?
So 4 different white varietals. So we have Vermentino, Verdelho, Viognier, and Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
All blended together. I think being able to have 4 different varietals and the blending is the artwork of the winemaker, and just makes it really interesting. We have some good Rhone blends, yeah. We do some Bordeaux as well.
All right.
So we're kind of all over the board. Paso is a great climate to be able to produce both types of varietals.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think of the vibe here in town?
It's great. It's unpretentious, yet sophisticated. It's kind of a nice blend.
All right. Oh, into blends. She's into blends. Do you go to Napa a lot? Sonoma, those areas?
Yeah.
And how do you compare the two?
Well, I'm from Napa. I grew up there. I did most of my winemaking there. It has all the history. It has all the prestige. Everyone knows it, but it hit its peak. In my opinion, the quality's kind of gone down. More corporations have come in and bought the smaller people.
Right.
So you come to Paso and you still have the small family-owned wineries, the more control over winemaking, viticulture. I think here at Vina Robles we're lucky because the owner, the Swiss owner, he helped bring us to where we are, but he still is far enough back and lets us have the control over making the wine ourselves. So I think that's the key, to have someone that can bring in the funds and the backing, but have the believing in you to do the job yourself without trying to micromanage everything. Let the winemaker be the winemaker. Let the viticulturist grow the grapes as they know. Matthias Gubler, he's from Switzerland and he started off Vina Robles. So he created a lot of these blends, and you can really tell they're food friendly. And that's mainly the European style, is more food friendly than the American type of style. So we're kind of, at Vina Robles, we blend the two together. I used to do a lot of winemaking. I was a traveling winemaker for 10 years before I landed here. That means you fly to different continents and you make wine there for their vintage.
Just one harvest?
Just one harvest, exactly.
For one harvest. That sounds like a perfect gig.
That is a perfect gig, yeah. I tend to look to some of the older people in the business, the people that have experienced more. I look for strong females. That's also another one that I personally find very interesting. Right. How they're coping with just being successful in the business.
I wonder if you could almost say that wines made by a woman have a little bit more finesse. I mean, that would be a natural thing to assume, correct? Right?
Yeah, they tend to have more balance, is what I find.
They tend to be better, is what she's trying to say.
Well, they're more approachable. Almost, I think, like a female's personality, a little more friendly right off the bat. Whereas when some wines that men make are very interesting, but they have more of that roughness to it. Which is equally as good. Oh, well. My husband's in the business too, so I would never say that.
What's your husband do?
He works with us, actually.
Okay. So. What is he?
Assistant winemaker, Vina Robles.
Right on, he's your assistant. I bet he loves that.
No, we're both equal.
So this is your piazza?
This is it, yeah.
Very nice.
Mission style building.
Right.
So our owner, Hans Neff, really wanted to combine the European and the Californian. So that's so you have the classiness of Europe, but the structure of California Mission. So some critics have described this as a ski chalet feel.
Oh, it does feel like a ski chalet.
Yeah, I think they picked up on the Swiss part of it.
Most of your business comes through the tasting room, correct? That's
Absolutely.
what we're finding. A lot of Paso winemakers are telling us that a big percentage of their sales are through the tasting room and not in retail.
Right.
That seems flipped from a place like Napa, right? Where they're just trying to move so many cases.
Yeah.
That's the case here, I assume.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. It was good having you.
Perfect.